it's a Friday. We've got T6 in again today, so we'll continue on with that. Get the boxes in the back under the sort of bed, get the 6x9s wired up, the amp wired up, get the sub put in and that all wired up, and then we're just basically working towards the front of the car. We've got to take off a sound source into the kicker key, and then obviously a sound out of the kicker key, and then do all the processing. I'm doing something different with it because we've got a tweeter on the A-pillar and a mid-range in the door, but the system requires a crossover because we're not going to run it active, because I want everything on the kicker key to get the power out of it. So we're not going to run it in bi-amp mode, we're going to run it in its normal 4-channel system. So what I've done is I'm going to use the normal output from the head unit that goes across into the door. I'm going to cut that at the head unit end, and we're going to separate that from the mid, and then we're going to run the tweeter wire to the crossover on its own, so it, you know, we're not interfering with the cable, but we're still getting the desired effect. Many people, when they do this kind of stuff, they will run another cable into the door shut, and obviously have to go through all the, you know, the sort of check rubber and everything like that, and it just becomes a bit of a ball ache, because you're separating speakers from the cabin to the door. There is another way of doing it, you just got to use your head, work a bit smarter. So we're going to do it that way. But we need some brekkie, we need some breakfast. I think 15 I saw this morning on the subscriber count. Rather cool. We're obviously the subscribe button in the bottom corner is doing its job. No doubt Chris will be down today. So I will get back to you when we've got some breakfast and we've started on the T6. We've got a bit more stuff done. So see you in a bit.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Morning everyone. Say morning now.
How are we doing? So we're cracking on with the T6. Looks like spaghetti junction at the minute, but all of this has uses. So we've got the CAN bus box, which is doing like the parking sensors and steering control harness. That's the Pioneer plug, which is then feeding out into the modified kicker key loom, which is that one there. So that's our input from the radio to the key, then it'll go through the key out this side, which then joins the rest of the car. We've got the tweeters done. I just need to do that door speaker over there. This one is finished. We've got our power cable and our power cable which need to go out to the battery. I need to tidy up the wiring for the crossovers, which are going to be put in here behind the dash, so they're going to sit up there out the way. And the key, look at this, I've been trimming the top of the dash very carefully above the radio, and we've got this little hole. And because Kicker makes such good products, this key is going to sit up inside the dash out the way of the radio. So then we just need to plug in our microphone, run it onto the headrest, do the tuning without the sub connected, because obviously the key is not controlling the sub. We're going to have control on the Pioneer through the subwoofer output, and then we can process the sound, put everything back together, and that's done. In the back we've got our 6x9 box there, and behind it is the sub and the amp, and then obviously all the cables through my little hole that I cut there, they go underneath the floor in our channel, through here, through the step, through the other channel that you'd never know, and then out underneath and through the carpet and up. So we're cracking on with this one, it's doing really well. and I'll come back to you in a bit when we get the processing done. And we can discuss further. Anything to add, Christoph?
No, I think it's a lovely job, Al.
Smug face at you.
It's a lovely job.
Why is it a lovely job? It is.
It is. I'm not. I'm being honest. It's a lovely job, Al.
Why are you turn the camera around and say that into the camera like you're joking?
I'm just not smiling. I'm serious.
Smug face.
It's a lovely job, Al. See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Denim. Camera, action.
So, we just removed this panel. This sits up behind the battery here. It's like part of the scuttle that bolts into the top. Now, we need to get obviously power from inside the dash, which comes through a little grommet down here, and we need to come through to the positive terminal, which is just there. I've just noticed this here, which is the guy's split charge system. Obviously, we are running, look at the crimp, look at the state of that. That looks like a pair of pliers. So we are running like 10 gauge cable through this fuse. At least there's a fuse in it, and then it came out this side, but the crimp just fell off. And then it runs through this incredibly sharp hole, which is still attached with sharp metal. But what they've done is they've obviously thought about the chafing aspect. So they taped they taped over the bit that chafes, and you can see it already starting to wear through, which is beautiful, rather than just putting a grommet in here. So we're gonna have to do something about this, because that's just shit.
Yeah, you can't let the thing go.
So we'll put a proper, where the hell does that go?
Goes to the center, goes up to the center over there.
Oh look, none of that is cable tied behind the dash.
No, scuttle panel.
And inside here is the wiper motor arms, which move. Jesus Christ.
So just to show you,
That's crap.
what we find, so Al's going to replace that
From so-called professionals.
and tell the customer this is what we found. And in all faith, we can't really let vehicles go out with that kind of situation, because if it caught fire, the chances are Al would be blamed first before he turned around and said, no, we saw
Whoever
that.
smelt it dealt it.
Yeah, we saw that wire melting, but thought nothing to do with us.
We thought, they fitted a hand warmer.
Yeah, it's getting very toasty in here now. It's lovely. So Al's going to work on that, change all the wire that he's actually not responsible for, so that the customer gets back a safe vehicle. But he will charge. He's not going to do it for free. See you later.
The next time a customer phones up and goes, hey, you're really expensive. This is why.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not about the ability to. Not about the ability for you to replace it. It's the ability of spotting it. That's what you pay for. It's the knowledge.
It's the safety that we will look at it and go, geez, I know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, let's run this cable across this serrated edge. It'll be all right. Look like Barney Rubble popped it out with his penis. Chris, stop laughing.
Well, that's just,
The best analogies come from us.
mate, that's just.
Now it's a proper hole,
Yeah.
and I can touch it without. See you in a bit. What's up, everybody? So we've got our speaker adapter. Just going to put some foam tape on the back of it, because what we don't want is putting dynamite in a car and obviously sound deadening it, that the plastic starts vibrating. So we get some of this stuff, just give it a little coating, a couple of ways round, one on the outside, one on the inside. Just adds for a better fit, so we're not ruining our upgrade. Bus is coming on. We have pretty much 90% of it done now. The door is obviously the last thing I've got to do. The microphone is in, the key is in, the head unit's plugged back in but not fitted. I need to sort out the crossover cables and stuff, just basically cable tie them up out the way, so that they're not rattling and causing a problem also. And then We will make sure the unit is set to 0 dB. Obviously there's no change in bass and treble, fader, balance, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that's zeroed out. And then we will do a little pink noise test on the mid-range and the tweeters, 6x9s in the back. And then we'll tune the sub in. And get it all sounding posh. So yeah, this is kind of now pre-wired. I've put a mat that's sat on, so it's just protecting the dash. And the key is there, but it's not yet activated. Microphone's on the seat, ready to go on the headrest. And then the last thing I'll do is just cable tie those boxes down on that bar out of the way. Oh, fun. Come back to you in a bit. Evening everyone. I'm just getting ready to pack up and go home. T6 has just been picked up. I did say to the customer when we finished it that I guarantee and stand on my word that he'd be happy with it. And I'd say the reaction in his face was very true to my word. He was more than happy with it. He loved it, which is good. That's what we want, happy customers. We've got the boys in. I'm taking the Chaser home tonight. Kicker are having a bit of a shake up on their range, and my IQ amplifier has given up the ghost. So I'm waiting on them either getting new stock or finding me something to replace it with, whatever that will be. But for the minute, I've just quickly chucked in another amp, one of my spares, a 5-channel, just so I've got some music in it again, because I haven't heard stereo in that car in what feels like forever. Let me just get my bag. I don't know whether you can tell by the look on my face, but I am knackered. My eyes feel like piss holes in the snow. Oh, trip over the drone bag. And I'm looking forward to fish and chips with my little monkeys. Gonna go and get the girls. It's Friday, so fish and chips, sausage and chips night. That's happening. I'm gonna go and pick them up and take them down the old chippy. And then we're back in tomorrow, just me. Neil's on holiday. But Chris is in. We've got a fairly busy day. I think we've got 3 or 4 in. So a lot going on. But I need sleep because the eyes tell a different story. Forget the hips, Shakira. My eyes they don't lie. I'm done. See ya tomorrow. Bye.
You told me you had subscribed to ASC Audio and now you've missed an episode. No!